Hello, hello, hello. Oh, even my camera squint. Jeez, oh. What a way to start the stream. How are we all doing? I can see we've got plenty of people kicking about already, which is great. Excuse me, just to get myself a bit better organised here. It's the Gem, yes, barely, but I'm here. I haven't even closed my blind or anything. Hang on. Oh, jeez. Right, that's us, I think. Oh, boy. Right, how are we all doing? Is everybody good? Sound okay? Lighting's not going to be okay, but we'll talk about that in a minute. We're straight here today. This is the day that we're having, so not making any bones about it. Yes, deep breaths, absolutely. That's the state of things. So to fill you in very quickly, obviously I'm normally quite on time. I am quite sharp when it comes to things like this. Last night, I had a security breach through one of my Google accounts, which is not the Cave Google account. Unfortunately for me, my Cave account is linked to that other Google account, so it basically took out everything. And it's knocked my printer out, it knocked my internet out, and I had to go in and change passwords to basically everything. I've been on the phone to my internet service provider and a few other people, and it seems like things like banking details and everything haven't been accessed. They have tried with some social media as well. Again, my personal social media, not the Cave social media. So I seem to have stopped that in its tracks as well. But I did find it odd because the day before yesterday I was getting lots of really weird friends requests on Facebook. Now, I don't use my personal Facebook, and I was getting like influxes, and yeah, it all got a bit strange. So anyway, we're here, we're good, we're fine, everything seems to be okay. And after speaking to a few people, they're like, yeah, you'll be okay to stream, like you're safe because we've fixed everything. So yes, we're here. I needed a Jan. I don't even know if Jan could have saved me from my meltdown. That's why, for those of you that are on the Discord, that's why I was still sitting packing shop orders at 9 o'clock last night. Yeah. Anyway, aside from that, how is everyone doing? Are you guys all good? The the stream today, the position that I'm in, this is before the disaster started happening. I have started a lot of projects, and I feel like this camera's like a really weird angle. Is that better? Is that too much boob? Yeah, I've started a lot of projects recently, which most of you have been party to, and I've kind of got this work in progress overwhelm. I've got all this stuff sitting around me that's like half started, and I don't feel like I'm being productive because none of it's getting finished. So that's kind of stressing me out a wee bit as well. So I'm quite stressed today, honestly. I'm quite stressed and I don't like it at all. I really need to wash my hair as well. My hair is absolutely disgusting. So yeah. The camera seems closer than usual. No, I think it's in exactly the same position. Oh, maybe it's like, is it normally back there? Oh, is that better for you? I don't know, I kind of like, well, you can see the pencil if I do that, but if I pull it back in, yeah, we have it there, slightly jaunty angle. You're admiring the neck. This is part of the top. It's part of the hood. Look, it's all the way inside. But yeah, it's got like it's like two pieces. Ugh. And the cuffs match as well. It's also got, I'm just going to show you a series over here. It's got like a pattern down the side with buttons as well. Anyway, I'm glad you like it. Colds are getting straight to the sciences, must be messing with my vision. Never too much boob. Incidentally, for anyone that's interested, I actually have two of these jumpers. The company sent me two by accident. I have no use for a second one, it's still in the packaging. It is a UK ladies size 16, so I would say it's a slim fit 16, or if you like a baggier fit, it's a 14. If anybody would like it, I would be happy to send it to them and just pay for the postage. Otherwise, it's just going to charity shop. So genuinely, if anybody would like it, please let me stuff and just keep a few core items that actually fit me just now, and I've no use for two jumpers that are exactly the same. Anywho's. It actually is a good fit, Jan, and you know that's something I've really been struggling with, so yeah. Okay, so to deal with the chaos that is surrounding me, some of you know that on this side, this desk that we normally film on runs all the way along till basically to the wall at the other side, and that's where I stack all my WIP stuff. And that table is overflowing to the point where it's overflowing behind me also, and that's the desk that I work on for my proper job. So we are going to have to clear the decks a little bit, so it's not going to be a particularly exciting stream. And I am starting right now. The first thing that I need to do that is annoying me the most is I've been using my Prismacolor pencils a lot recently, and they're all out of order. They're the wrong way around. I think I've got some missing somewhere, so I want to start by just putting these back into the right order so that I know what pencils are missing, and at a later stage, obviously not during the stream, I will go and look for them and find out where the frick they've gone. I might be able to fit in it in a year. Well, I tell you what, do you want me, like, see this extra jumper? Well, I just keep a hold of it and I'll give it to one of y'all. Whoever gets there first can have it. You can have it for next winter. Thea started with her new weight loss thing 2 days ago on Monday. Good for you, Thea. I hope that goes well for you. I've hit a bit of a lull. It's only temporary though, I know that, because that's me. I've been at this for a year now, and I've hit kind of like a wee plateau, but I'm kind of okay with it. Incidentally, the weight that I'm at now was the weight I kind of got stuck at last time, and it took me about a month and a half to kind of just get over the hurdle and get going again. But yeah, might also be why I feel a bit sick. You're taking Ozempic. Yeah, apparently, I've got a friend who, it's not Ozempic she takes, it's Wegovy, which is just like the weight loss branded version of Ozempic. And she felt like really, bleh, like sort of pukey for the first week or so, and then it went away. But I think everyone's different. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've heard a lot of bad things about it as well. But you know what it's like. You always hear mostly about the bad stuff, don't you? Yeah, I know, zero judgment here. Do what works for you. Okay, so let's pop this here. So cream, oh, eggshell. Okay, we're off to a good start. Ginger root, artichoke. Look at my little dinky pencils. They're so small, so small. Deco yellow, lemon yellow. Well, see, I haven't been using the yellows. Canary yellow. Yellowed orange. Oh, this is my last remaining old style Prismacolor. See, before they changed them, that was one of the original ones, and I think it's the only one I've got left now. The rest of them are all the kind of newer style ones with the, you know, the big squares round the color code. Yellowed orange, jasmine. Okay, I'm doing okay so far. Yellow ochre. Spanish orange. Spanish orange. Does anyone else keep their Prismacolors in manufacturer order, or is it just me? Yeah, goldenrod. I'm surprised that even fits in there. Sunburst yellow. Sand. Oh, I don't think I can zoom. Oh, I can zoom it a little bit more. There we go. Now you can see everything. How terribly exciting. Right, where did we get to there? Sunburst yellow, sand, mineral orange, normal people's orange, pale vermilion. Yep, okay. This might not be as bad as I thought. Cadmium orange hue. Pumpkin orange. Pumpkin orange. Poppy red. Carmine red and carmine red. Permanent red. Okay, first leaf done. Good. How small do I let the pencils go until you give up and ditch it? I keep a wee jar here, Jan, I'll just show you because it's just up on this shelf. Oh, let me grab it. There's a lot of Prismacolors in here. This big? Yeah, like there's another one. That's Prismacolor as well. Unsurprisingly, it's the greens. I'm sure you're not shocked by that at all. Yeah, I just try and get them down as small as I can, but even, like, there's a Blackwing pencil. That is literally just the ferrule and the eraser that's left. There's not much going on there. I think that's, obviously the ferrule kind of makes it cheating, but that's the smallest one I've got. I think I've, dig about in here. I don't know why I keep these, but I just like it. Oh, there, that one's pretty tiny. That's also a Prismacolor. Basically, until I can't hold on to it to sharpen it anymore, that's how we do that. It's not the pencil holder that's the problem, it's sharpening it, because eventually it'll just turn in the pencil holder. So, yeah. Hi Elise, how you doing? We should all collect our teeny pencils and make a big art piece out of them one day. I actually thought about that. I was like, I don't think I would be able to do it with just my own. I think it would need to be a collective effort. Right, okay, so we got to Permanent Red, Scarlet Lake, Crimson Red, Crimson Lake. Oh, hang on. Oh, Crimson Lake. No, there we go. We're still doing okay. Pomegranate, Magenta. I think this is where things start to get a bit funky. Process Not Red, isn't that right, Daria? Mulberry. Now, okay, so I should have Hot Pink in there. So I don't know where Hot Pink is. Clearly it's not. Oh no, wait a minute. Hang on. Process Red. Mulberry. Then Hot Pink and then Pink. Okay. Hot Pink and then Pink. That doesn't belong in there. Nectar. Nectar's down there. I haven't tried those pencils yet, Thea. I was going to do a video with it, which is why I haven't touched them yet. I was wanting to keep that for Blush Pink, Pink Rose, Deco Pink, Deco Peach. Yeah, so that's why they're sitting in a tin. Again, like the overwhelm thing, it's not just the fact that I've got unfinished artwork sitting. I've got the new sticker pack that we're halfway through. I was really hoping to have a sticker to show you today, and I was going to print off like a dummy one, you know, like a prototype one, and I can't because my printer's not working, which I'm really annoyed about, because the pointy point sticker I think looks quite good, but I was hoping that you guys would give me your opinion too. So yeah, the video ideas are stacked up and ready to go. It's my own fault. I've taken on too many things all at once, and I'm quite enjoying making shorts for or reels for Instagram and TikTok and Facebook as well. So I've been kind of doing a bit of that. So I'm just spread a bit too thin, but we will get to the harmonious pencils. That's right. Process Not Red. Derwents are in number order and not happy if they're out. Yeah, I just can't with this. Right, where did I get to? Deco Peach over the page. Can you still see? You can't really see the top line there. Light Peach. This is Light Peach. Another little dinky. We'll just pop that in there. Peach Beige. Oh. Is that peach? No, that's Rosy Beige. Right, I don't know where Peach Beige is gone. It's missing. Peach Beige, Seashell Pink, Salmon Pink, Normal People's Beige, Peach, Rosy Beige, Clay Rose. Okay, so I've got one missing there. Yeah, look at that. I mean, this is just... I've got so many little short pencils in this set now. I love the paintbrush. Did you like it? I'm really glad because it tickled me. I really enjoyed making it. It's just a bit of fun. I mean, obviously you're not going to get that many views on something like that, but that's never my prime objective with things like that. But I had that, see when Katara was talking about the googly eyes, I was like, oh yeah, that's going to be perfect. Like, that's happening. I'm going to make that happen. our mascot needs a name. Well, I hate to break it to you, but he's going into the stash shop just shortly, so I don't think we should really have him as a mascot. I think whoever buys him should be able to name him. Hi Claire, how you doing? A bit of a stress head today, but I'm glad that you're here. Thanks for joining us. I was very glad to not have taken a sip of tea while watching it. Yeah, even Mr. Jem laughed, and it takes quite a lot to make him laugh, so it must have been funny if he found it funny. Oh, dearie me. Right, okay, so we finished up there. That was Clay Rose. Beige Sienna. Chestnut raspberry. Mahogany red. Dark purple. Black raspberry, black cherry. Oh no, that's grape in there, but I've got black cherry in my hand. Black cherry. Greyed lavender. So where does this one go then? It's further along, isn't it? Lavender. Lilac. Dahlia purple, that's the wrong way round. Parma violet. Black grape. Oh no, wait a minute. So black grape's here. Dioxazine purple. Oh yeah, we're getting funky now. I knew there was, especially the blues, like I knew they were really out. Dioxazine, and then average violet. Blue Caribbean Sea. Periwinkle. Cloud blue. Yep. Blue lake. Blue slate. Then indigo. It's the average violet that did it. Ah. Yeah, the hillbilly internet seems to be in full force. I'm trying to keep an eye on this as best I can. It's not been great since everything that happened yesterday, but it's significantly better than it was a couple hours ago. It prefers above average violet. Yep, sorry guys. Just trying to keep an eyeball on things. Right, okay. Periwinkle. Where did we get to? Yeah, blue slate. Then it's indigo blue. Non-photo blue. Hey, what's that doing in there? That doesn't belong in there. Light aqua. Aquamarine. Cobalt turquoise. Light green. Parrot green. Over we go. Great green light. Pale sage. Yellow chartreuse. I quite like the chartreusey colours as well. These pencils are quite handy, and they're not necessarily colours that you would find in other sets. Lime peel, moss green, green ochre, spring green. Oh, now things are getting interesting. Apple green. Sap green light. Okay, true green, where did you go? I've got Kelly green. Ah, I'm chucking pencils about, don't do that, Gem. Grass green. Kelly green, grass green. Olive, Prussian green. Prussian green? Yep. Dark green. Kelp green. That's another pencil I use surprisingly often as well as the kelp green. I think that's my third one of those. Sandbar brown. Sepia. Is that sepia? Yep. Marine green. I do have a... Oh, now wait a minute. I've actually got two marine greens here because I've got a wee dinky one, but I've also got a replacement one as well. That should really be in the back of the case. It barely fits in there now, look. Ah, marine green, celadon green, jade green. There's jade green there. Yeah, that looks a bit more sensible for the old green collection. Muted turquoise and then peacock green. I always thought that was a kind of a bit of an odd situation in terms of the order that they put them in, but I've just kind of come to accept it, do you know that? Which is strange for me, I don't normally like things like that. Alright, we've got some putty beige, light umber. These should be okay, she says. Chocolate and burnt ochre. Sienna brown, terracotta, henna, Tuscan red, espresso dark umber, dark brown, white. This is, I do this bit slightly differently to be fair. Black on the end there, and then the metallic pencils, so there's stuff missing there. But I've got stuff in the back here as well. Okay, so my white's all the way down, like in here. So there's peach beige that I was missing, which is great, and that's a spare goldenrod I've got. I've got another PC 109 as well. What's going on here? I've got all sorts going on here, like, right, hang on. Let's put the peach beige away. Right, that's a spare goldenrod. Peach beige belongs in there. Oh, so satisfying. Now, PC 109, just before I go any further. So that's Prussian green. So that's actually my spare Prussian green, not to be confused with my spare marine green. Okay. Right, and then in this space here next to the bronze should be slate grey, which I've had in a... I was obviously using that at one point and just never put it back, so that's kind of sad looking, but there we go. Tuck that one in as well. So many tiny pencils! And then we're into our greys situation here. These should hopefully be in a sensible order. 10, 20, 30, 50, 70... 90, 10, there's Jock chucking himself about. 10, 20, 30, 50, 70, 90. Good grief, dog. And then we've got our French greys, my favourites. Right, that's us. So I've got 3 spare pencils in the back. And that is everything accounted for and back to where it should be. Although some in a better state of play than others, but right, okay, that makes me feel instantly better now that I've got that out of the way, because that was seriously annoying me. Ooh. Looks like the weirdest kiddies lineup ever. The Holbeins have quite a few similar colours and they're much higher quality, although more expensive if not bought from Japan. Do you know, it's something that I've never ventured into that pool, and I'm quite glad, to be honest, because I think I'd be putting myself in a world of pain if I started with the Holbeins. Hi Polly. Yeah, I was sorting out my Prismacolors because there was some that were kind of like in the wrong places, and I had spare ones and ones that I'd taken out and stuff, and I just wanted to get them back kind of sorted out. So that's that done. It's always good to get your Prismacolors in order. €300 for the 150 set, about 250 quid. Ooh, I like these cases, Polly, they're good. I've got a couple of them in different designs, and that turquoise one was one of the very first ones that I bought. The Prismacolors was the first sort of big set of pencils I had, and it's, to be fair, it probably needs a bit of a wipe. It's looking a wee bit grubby, but it stood the test of time, and the zips are doing really well as well. Cannot complain. Okay, so the next thing that I want to deal with, I make that sound like I'm trying to get rid of stuff. Do you remember last week we had the conversation about this scrapbook page, and we decided on a sort of slightly gothic, not quite Beauty and the Beast theme? I started it, and it's not going well. So I'm just going to grab all these bits and bobs here, bring this stuff over. Because this is one of these projects, like when you're doing scrapbooking, when you're actually working, it takes up a lot of space. And I say I've just got so many things on the go that I need to sort of clear the decks a wee bit. So let me explain where I got to. I'll zoom in a wee bit for you. There we go. Let me get all this stuff out of the way. So we decided that this was going to be like the centerpiece. It doesn't actually fit on the page. I'm going to have to like skim a little bit off the bottom of the top. But what it's doing is it's essentially splitting the page into thirds. So I've got all the other stuff that we thought we might use. But all I've done was I took the stencil and I wasn't sure if I had a dark coloured distress ink, but it turns out I did. I've got a sooty coloured one. So I've stenciled that on. You can see I've kind of caught the edge of the other page as well. And then I've taken this this handmade paper that was quite sort of see-through, and I've stuck that down over the top just to kind of soften it a little bit, because when I put the sticker in front of it, this pattern in the back was kind of like it was merging in with the sticker, and the sticker wasn't really standing out as much. So that's where I've gotten to. And I kind of just need to decide where I'm going from here. So that's where we're at so far. I kind of like this paper doily idea, so I'm kind of keeping this here for you know, like, so I don't lose sight of what's going on. But I thought I could maybe pop in a little bit of that, and we could maybe have that tucked in one side there. Need to make sure I get the pattern of that that little piece of card in. If I did that though, maybe put that there. I wouldn't mind chopping a wee bit off the stem at the bottom. I don't mind if I lose that. So this is the leftover bits, so I don't need those. One job down, huge progress. Yep, just got to keep going today, Jan. So I had a wee look, because I know we made this suggestion of trying to find like a glass dome or something to put over this. I have been through, I've got all these sticky jars and I've been through every single one, and there isn't one the right shape, because I'd thought about turning one upside down and just cutting the top off it, and you know, so that we had something sitting over the top, because you can always put things in front at the bottom, you know, to conceal whatever it is. But I just couldn't find one. I mean, we've got these square ones, but they're not, you know, it's just not, it's not right. And if it's not right, I don't want to do it. So I do love these ones though, like these little potion bottles. They're absolutely adorable. I'm going to have to use them at some point. But I'm like, look at all the different ones I've got. I've got like proper jam jars and everything. But I don't have anything that is dome shaped, unfortunately. So I think... all the jars. I think I'm going to have to sort of scrap that, pardon the pun, scrap that part of the idea. If I cut one into a dome shape, it's just going to be a clear bit of plastic. So, I mean, there is round ones. I'll show. I'm not finished yet. I've got some more here. I haven't even opened this one. There's nothing with like a rounded bottom, because a lot of them have got like fancy things on. The closest I could see was something like that, but these ones have got little, if I sit it there, you can see they've got little tags on them with writing on them. So if I turned that upside down, that would look okay in the top part, but again, I would have to pull that further down so that that would sit, and you're not really seeing it unless I had something dark behind it. So I think I'm just going to scratch that idea, but I really like these. There's another one. That's a bit more like it. It's got flowers on it as well. Oh, we might have found something that might work. Again, see if it had been a little bit bigger, because it's cutting off there, and this is kind of like part of the thing that I like about it. So I think I'm just going to have to give that up as a bad idea. However, I've got this little frame as well. And maybe we could put something in the middle of that. I've got this dark. Like, do we want to put the bridge in there? Again, that would give us a nice little bit of something for that corner. And I've got this as well. I feel like that like things are quite linear, and I want to try and get away from that because that sticker is going to take up the main part. Maybe I could just have the label part, you know, like cut off the flower at the bottom. We could have that down there. So if we had that up there, don't see why not. Getting a bit excited with myself. I'll get my little scissors out. These are so good. These are great for fussy cut, and see, because they've got a wee short point on them, you can get in all the kind of nooks and crannies. They are embroidery scissors, but I kind of like them. They've got a nice wee ombre effect on them too. They're pretty cute. So let's see what we can do here. Okay. I think I want to keep this design quite flat as well. My previous pages have all been quite sort of lumpy bumpy. So I want to try and maybe have a couple of flat pages just to give this poor sketchbook a bit of a rest. Yeah, I kind of like the idea of that in there. Cut that slightly squint, but we'll fix it, we'll straighten it up. Okay, yeah, I like that. Just square off this edge a little bit. Oh, Mary needs to reboot her laptop. And back. Welcome back, Mary. Right, that's good. I'm happy with that. Yeah, one of the things I never really thought about, like when I used to scrapbook before, I didn't have as many sort of pre-made things. It was all mostly paper scraps I used. You know, I didn't have a lot of like fancy stickers like this. And one of the things I've kind of learned that I have to watch for now is the actual finish on whatever it is they're using, because if you have too many glossy finishes layered over the top of each other, you can't actually see what's, you know, like 2 layers below. And if you end up with a completely shiny page, it's basically impossible to take a decent photograph of it as well for the socials. So there's a little bit more of balance in that, which is something I never thought would be, you know, would be a thing that I would have to think about, but there we go. Right, now the problem is I don't have a Pritt stick. I've got my little, this little sticky tape mouse is not doing well. I don't, this was just a cheat. It's a Crafter's Companion one, but it skips a lot. I don't like it. And it does that a lot too. The one I had from before, because I mean, until recently I hadn't scrapbooked for years. And the other one I had, like the adhesive was basically, you know, like done. It just wasn't sticky anymore, so I had to get rid of my old one. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I might pull it over a wee bit. And then we'll have this down here. I could even have that as no, I was about to say I might even have that as a tag and put like a little bit of ribbon or something through it, but I'm trying to keep this one quite flat. So, but again, I could have that, oh, I'd have that tucked in behind the sticker. I feel like I'm making progress here. This is good. This is good. Hello, Death Rose 9, just popping in during a work break. That was very kind of you, thank you very much. Welcome. I'm trying to finish my scrapbook page that we talked about last time. So the other thing I mentioned as well, I was talking about books. And I actually have lots of book stickers. I was looking through this one, if you remember, to see if there was anything that might fit the bill. But I've got my ones in the Peter Popper books that I really like. I talk about these quite a lot when I talk about scrapbooking. There's books in here, and there's things that would fit into the theme, like kind of like a sort of more gothic-y dark theme. but, I'll probably take them out of here. But, where? I forgot I got given this one for Christmas. It is literally like a book full of book stickers. So good. So there's stacks of books and things in here as well. So I'm sure we'll find something suitable for what's going on here. So that tickled me a bit because I'd forgotten about it. I was like, oh yeah, I've got a whole book of book stickers. Ulrika uses the Sticks 2 double-sided tape pens for collage. Making a note of that right now. Death Rows I used to, like, years and years ago, and then I kind of like gave it up and I gave all my stash away, and it's only something I've picked up again recently. And it was just because I did a house clearance and someone had given me they found a box of kind of like arts and crafts stuff, and there was a few bits and pieces in there. So I'd kept a few odds and ends of my own stuff, but not very much, and it kind of sort of sparked me to get back to it a wee bit. I usually, this is ironic, I usually use scrapbooking as just like a way to relax, and I haven't really posted much of it on social media other than like a finished picture. But yes, here we are, so, you know. Right, I think we'll get these background elements stuck down before we go any further, before we start looking for books. Now the question is, do I want that to overlap that one? I don't suppose it'll matter if we don't see it with the sticker. I kind of want more of this on display though. Okay, so wherever that's landed, I should stick that one down first, because the placement of this one's more important to me. Because by the time I cut off that edge as well, I still want a little bit of this border showing. One of the things I really like about scrapbooking is that it, see, in terms of translating the skills into other aspects of art, it teaches you a lot about composition, which is something that I feel I'm not that great at. So I do feel like there's a benefit to doing this, you know, for my other art as well. I don't feel like it's a standalone thing. My fussy cutting skills have improved greatly as well, especially with my dodgy hand, because I haven't really scrapbooked much since I'd hurt my hand years ago. So yeah. Polly's made progress, dressed and ready to go. Bring the ladies their Valentine's tree box. Did you get them all done, Polly? I know you were talking about that on Saturday, weren't you? Polly does more traditional scrapbooking, family photos and things. Yeah, I've seen some lovely scrapbooks like that. Oh, I've got a bit of an edge there, a bit of an edge. Keep that pattern. I've noticed as well that my paper cutting guillotine that I've got, it's cut in squint. So it obviously needs reset. I changed the blade a while ago, so I don't know whether I knocked something out when I did that. I'm not really entirely sure, but I'll fix it. It'll be fine. I still haven't written down the, oh goodness me, here we go. The name of that adhesive that you use, Ulrika. I need to make a point of doing that. Right, I need something to write on. A post-it note. What did you say it was called, Ulrika? Sticks 2. Okay, once again, if it's not written down, it won't happen. 30 boxes, that's a lot. Okay, so stick. Aye, it's because of this. That's quite raised, and also there's one raised on this corner as well. Note to self, the next time you're putting raised things in, don't put them in the top corners. And think about there. So just over the halfway. These are really, I love these little paper doilies. I was telling it when I was streaming on Saturday, I was telling everybody that I found it. There's actually a scrapbooking shop in my nearest town, which I did not know about because I don't venture into the town much because that involves peopling, and I'd rather not people if I can help it. Yeah, so when I was in the store, although it was pretty empty, they were away to a scrapbooking retreat. I didn't even know that was a thing, but apparently it is. And the lady that was looking after the shop said, you know, there's normally a lot more stuff, but there was lots of really nice packs of like paper lace cutouts and things, and it was a substantial amount. I thought, oh, I'd like to buy all of those. It's like, I can't come back in here, I'm going to end up bankrupt. Right, yeah, better. I like that better. Yeah? Yeah, okay. Right, I'm going to have to go get a glue stick for this one, which I don't think is over there. Oh yeah, it is. It is. The good old Pritt stick. Tried and tested. Are you talking about the Bambino clay-based crayons and pencils? When was I talking about those? We talked about those in the stream on Saturday, didn't we? Oh. Oh, that's not sticky enough. Pop that down. There we go. Yay! Pretty. So pretty. Sticks too. Used it for about 15 years and it's always worked well. Well, that is, I think that's a good track record. that's good enough for me. I'll give it a bash. Because I think I'm right. I can put that there. I think I can get away with losing some of these bottom lines as well. So let's do that. Stuck to the deck. I'm going to throw this out. It's still got quite a lot of tape in it though. There. Pull that extra off. See, most of that's going to get chopped off about there, in line with the bottom of the page. Okay, so now we're a bit more stuck down. I would rather keep the top and keep this bud here than, you know, this bottom part of the stem. So I think that's fairly good. I'm quite happy with that. Let's have a wee look through these roses and see if we can pick something to pepper around the outside. Some of these stickers are quite large though, so I'm not sure. There's quite a lot of them though. I think it is refillable, Polly. A better refill, there's a possibility. I do have another one kicking about. I would assume. I'll double check, but it looks as if it pulls apart. I'm not going to start pulling it apart because I don't need any more disasters today. I really like this one. It doesn't fit in with the theme. I just want flowers. Or maybe I don't just want flowers. He could be perching. That one's pretty as well. Right, okay. Oh, there's like a flower pot. Watering can. Oh, I quite like that one though. Again, that kind of fits her colours better. And there's one here with newspapers. That would be quite good as well. I could cut off that edge and just have that there. Oh, this is exciting. And then we could have some books. Oh! I'm going to keep looking through these just in case. Oh, there's one, like, there's ones there in a jar. Do we want the jar instead? Ah, jeez. Oh, there's one on a book as well. Alright, so this is getting dangerous. Oh my goodness, there's a stack of books. Jeez, oh. And there's a cage that looks the same shape as a Beauty and the Beast type dome. More flowers in jars. Oh, there's so many here. See, this is why, like, when I get to this stage, I wish I had, like, a much bigger scrapbook. But I really wanted to use this one. With a chest. These are lovely. These are, I really, really like these. Candles. Some in a basket. A panier. A window. Trying to go for the slightly smaller ones. There's some in a jar as well. And some hanging roses. See, this is what I was talking about, and this is why I did the scrappy packs on the stash shop. And obviously this came as a pack, but there's so many stickers here. Excuse me. And I will never, I mean, you know, much as I like black roses, you know, how often am I actually going to use these? And there's so many. There's a nice little skinny one as well. I'm going to have to whittle this down. There's another lantern. I like that one better though. And of course we had these paler flowers as well. Excuse me, these were ones we picked out to match. I think that one's probably quite a good match. Okay. It's a lot. So many lovely choices. Hello Marilise, how are you? The top book with the roses on it, the second pile of books. Yeah, that's what we're all about, the books here. All about the books. Okay, so let's narrow this. I might not even need to dip into this at all the way things are going. Things are going swimmingly here. Okay. So we definitely kill two birds with one stone. So we'll keep the book ones available. I think some of these smaller ones though would be better, like this one. The one with the key. I'm going to take out the newspaper one. I think that one's too big as well. Maybe narrow it down to those 5 plus this one here. But I think with this sticker, I could actually snip that in half. And I could stick one half here and one half over here. That would work quite well. Because I could almost get that in between those two flowers. So that could go in that side. That would be underneath. And then this one we can pop over here. It's a good idea. It needs to be a 2-page one. I've been kind of saying that about most of the ones I've been doing, Daria. What did I do with it? I was like, what did I do with the other half? It's right in front of you, Jem. I might even overlap this over the... Don't touch it. Tuck that right into the seam. The single book, this one, Mary, that's your favourite one. See, I kind of like the stack of books. I feel like that would be like a really good spot there for it. See, I keep bringing in this main sticker like as my point of reference. See, they would nestle in there quite well, methinks. Could we have that one? See, a lot of that would be hidden if I had that up there. Like if I tuck that, you wouldn't see most of it. Again, I would maybe have to do half a sticker just have like one half of the book, but do we really want to do that? I don't know. I still quite like this idea of this lantern though. How do we feel about that? I kind of almost want to stick this on a dark background and fussy cut around it and have it sitting slightly up. Like I feel as if everything's too flat. Better balance. Yeah, well, I think we should stick these anyway. But I think I might have to do a little bit more with this because I don't really want it. I feel as if it's just kind of like blending in. Let's stick our stack of books down first though. Let's do that. Well, I was thinking maybe maybe not necessarily black paper because we might lose, you know, quite a lot of this part of the pattern, but even like a dark blue or a dark grey. Yeah, that's what I was going to do, Mary, but I just think because it's a see-through sticker, yeah, you know, it would be better because we've got these like wee drips and everything that come down. They might, you know, it might pop out a bit better if it was like stuck to something else. Does that make sense? I can't get this one started. But yeah, just elevate it slightly. Just a wee bit though. Trying to get that quite close to the edge. I think that's my favourite sticker. I really like that. We'll get our lantern on the go up the top here. I don't know if black paper might actually work because I mean, I'm assuming just by eyeballing it, I mean, most of that sticker isn't going to be true black, is it? It's going to be a little bit lighter than black. I've got quite a lot of different coloured papers though, so I'm sure I'll find something. In fact, we've got the papers that Ulrika so generously sent me. I think there's some, excuse me, some darker coloured ones in there. Can't beat a pile of books. I concur, Jan. About there-ish. Okay. So I've still got, I feel like this is a bit of an unfinished corner down here. I don't know if I want to stick any more stickers. Like we're kind of doing a lot with stickers here. I might find, I wonder if I've got, because I had the, I had like kind of gothic washi tapes. Although they're not really the colours that I would want. I'll unravel them and see if I've got something that I can maybe slip underneath there. I think this is an Alice in Wonderland one. Have a wee look. Yeah, dark blue might be good. My front room would also agree. Yes, mine too. Brassy, button or coinish. Oh, that's a good point as well. Yeah, do you know what? I like that, Mary. I'm going to have a dig about because I don't think I want any more shiny tape or anything on here. Again, it's back to what I was just talking about, you know, about textures and the finishes and things. Right, just give me uno momento. I'll go and have a dig about and see what I've got. Right, I've got paper in there. I'm going to need some sticky dots and take that and take this. Oh, I need to get some dark paper as well, don't I? Right. I love how you come into a live stream and I'm just like raking about on the shelves looking for stuff. I'm not very entertaining today, am I? Ulrika has spent the morning tidying up her pile of sketchbooks. Surveyor coming around. Next we're having a loft extension, so she decided she'd tidy up a little. I don't think they would bother, honestly. That didn't make it look as if I was going on a wee trip there, Mary. Right, so not only did I bring black paper, I brought more than one type of black paper. I've got these little, this is the watercolour paper, so I brought that because it's got a little bit of texture on it. Again, it's making the lighter colours pop, to be fair. I say I would just keep an edge, you know, like a very slight border around there. So there's that. Let's see what it looks like on other things though. And obviously all black paper is not made equally. Much the same story with the... this is the Art Gecko paper that we got with the scroller box. I really like this square format. I'm not convinced about black paper so far, but I've also got some clear Clairefontaine paper here. And there's, I was thinking this denim colour, it kind of fits in with what we've got, because that's allowing the dark parts to kind of stand out as well. So there's that one. Mary's like, oh yeah, oh yeah. And I've got grey here as well. See what it looks like on the grey. Right, what is I think it's going to be one of these two. But bearing in mind what we've got underneath, see there's kind of bluish colours in these stickers. So what do we think, guys? The blue or the grey? Oh, want to see it back on the blue as well. Much of a muchness in terms, because tonally they're quite similar, all the different colours. Mary, blue. Daria thinks blue too. Blue looks better. The grey is too green. You mean print next to this? Yeah, I think I would probably agree. A similar thing, some of you know the ongoing saga of the extension that we're getting built onto the side of the house. The builder is starting on Monday, so I have no idea what that has implications for in terms of noise and streams. I think we might have to abandon the Wednesday stream or move it to later on. However, anyway, that's not why I was telling you that. I was telling you that because the kitchen designer came out last week to take some measurements and bring the samples with her. So Mr. Jem and I have been into the place we're probably going to get our kitchen from, and the kitchens that are in fashion now are all colours. You don't see a lot of natural wood kitchens, etc. And I am not a fan of millennial grey, and there's about 45 different shades of grey and not much else. We need to keep our kitchen quite light because the room itself is a very dark room. So we found, I would describe it as greige. It's a warm, in fact it's probably like a French grey. So there is a bit of warmth to it, but it's quite a light colour. So we weren't completely sold on it though, because Mr. Jem and I secretly just want a sage green kitchen, but we said we weren't having a green kitchen because our entire house is going to end up green. Our lounge is green, our front door is green, our bedroom is green. you see where that's going. So we were like, no, we're not having green kitchen units. So this girl brought these samples, and we'd picked out this greyish colour in the showroom, and it looked lovely with the wooden worktops and all that jazz. And she brought it into the house, and when I saw it in the light in the kitchen, it actually looks as if it's got a hint of green in it. I was like, yes. So Mr. Jem didn't see that, and I never said anything, and he just asked me, he says, did it look okay in the kitchen? I was like, it looked lovely. So I think we're going to end up getting it, but there is definitely a hint of green in there. That's funny. The Lego wing, yes, the Lego wing. Thea wanted cool greys. Yeah, Thea's recently had a new kitchen, haven't you, Thea? With all warm greys, I immediately were like, nope. I could probably use bigger scissors to start me off here. I don't need to make this painful on myself. Much as my fussy cutting's improved, my my hand doesn't like it. Any sort of fine motor skills like that knocks the stuffing out my hand. So let's not make it difficult on myself. That's better. Miri's flat is currently a lovely cool bluish grey. Yeah, like see, I see the greys. I can't be doing with the greys. Give me proper colours. Apart from James's room, which is magnolia. Okay, yeah, I will not have anything magnolia. I can't stand it. It looks like a room that's been white that someone smoked in for 40 years. I can't be doing with magnolia. With a black carpet, it's so nice and easy to keep clean as well. Oh, Mary, that's amazing. Was the black carpet his choice, or was that just what was in there? Oh, I've got to cut a bit off the bottom of this, haven't I? Right, didn't think that through. I might have made an issue for myself here. Let me get... I don't know where my good tweezers are. I can't be doing with these cheap tweezers. Come on. Peel gently. So if the top's there, I need to lose probably that much. Not very scientific. If I decide that looks too scrappy, I can stick something over the front of that. Let me just see how I'm going to go here. I'm going to try and keep it relatively tight in. This requires concentration. I don't know how much I can talk and do this at the same time. Normally when I'm fussy cutting, I'm on my own, so don't normally have to multitask like that, but we'll see how it goes. This paper's quite thick as well, so might not be able to get it just quite as smooth as I want, but we'll give it a good bash. Whee! That's fun. The scissors work makes your hand twitch. Well, I can't feel it half the time. Well, there's half of my hand that can't feel it, and the other half of my hand's going, no, what are you doing? And then all my tendons and whatnot are like, hate you right now. It's okay though, see when it's only a small thing like this, it's, you know, it's not like you're sitting doing it for hours. I can deal with it, I just put up with it, but like my hand's screaming at me already, but it's okay. See, that's why I don't do a lot of, remember we tried like lino cutting and that kind of stuff, like that's why I just don't do any of that, because number one, I'd end up injuring myself, but it's just, it puts a lot of pressure on my hand that I could just do with not having on my hand. So I think I might just, I don't know whether to go into that little gap or not. I think I'll skip it just now. We'll see what it looks like. That might add to the impact of it standing out against the stuff we've got in the background. Ta-da! Although the walls in his bedroom before we moved in was an obnoxious shade of purple. Oh, Miri, I'm going to have to send you a picture of my spare room. The walls are like bright lilac and the carpet's dark purple. Given that purple is my favourite colour, it says a lot. I thought it was obnoxious. Was it like offensive purple? We have all tile floors except for the sewing yarn guest room is a cream colour carpet. Eventually want to tile in there as well. Well, being in the UK, Polly, we tend to have a mixture. Our houses are basically designed to retain as much heat as possible, and most of the time we don't even do that well. So carpets I would say they're probably half and half. Now a lot of people have underfloor heating, but you don't see a lot of tiled floors here in the UK, except when I get my extension built. My utility room and my kitchen and our small toilet will all be tiled. I'm having tiles all the way through. I like tiles in my kitchen because I like to be able to get down on my hands and knees and scrub them, and I always feel with I don't care what you want to call them, luxury vinyls or linoleum or whatever, I just feel that they're never actually that clean. Do I have carpal tunnel syndrome? No, I had a surgery on my left hand many years ago. I've only got a tiny little scar to show for it. In fact, you can barely see it on the camera. This here, I had an infection in my finger and it went into my knuckle joint and it spread all the way up my body, and I had sepsis and I was in hospital for 2 weeks. I had 3 hand surgeries and then a 4th general anaesthetic. So the result of that is I have no feeling in this finger, only half of this finger, and I have almost full motor function, but as I've gotten older, this hand gets increasingly unhappy and it spasms as well, and it always goes that way. So if I'm holding on to something. So that's fun. That's the shortened version, Polly. So yeah, there's lots of things that I find hard on my hand, and especially on cold days I find it difficult to, anything with fine motor skills. See, things that require this kind of grip, like that's hard work for me. Mary, I take it that Ooh Delightful is to my purple spare room. I'll put a picture up in the Discord for you. It reminds me, like, see the colour of the walls, if you remember the colour of the back of the door in the girls' flat and Monica and Rachel's flat, that's the colour of purple that the walls are. It's very, very 90s. But I'd say a lot of things in this house. And the blush pink carpet that we've got in here, also all the rage in the late 90s, early 2000s. Mary hates the lino in the bathroom and kitchen, but they've only just been done about 5 years before we moved in, so they wouldn't redo it. Yeah, I had in the last house, my kitchen was huge in the last house, and it was the landowner that paid to get the kitchen done, and he wouldn't pay to get tiles put down. He was just wanting luxury vinyl down in the kitchen, and I put my foot down and said, well, if you do that, I will pay for the tiles and the tiler, but my utility room is getting tiled, because we tile halfway up the wall as well. And it's just so when the dogs come in and shake, or Mr. Jem comes in covered in poo, it's much easier to clean than cleaning the walls. So we paid for the tiles and the tiler in the utility room. And that kitchen floor in the old house, I hated it. And I just felt as if I could never get it properly clean. So that's not happening this time. But we've got a lot more leeway this time, which is great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to my utility room. Housing association's responsible for the kitchen, bathroom, but the tenant for flooring everywhere else. So I didn't know that. And he does, Jan. He does. It's when he comes in and it's like stuck in his eyebrows. You're like, love you, but Marilise's rental is all white. She hates it. It's one of those standard UK new builds and everything is white. Yeah, it feels a wee bit impersonal. Are you not allowed to paint the walls, Marilise? Is that part of your lease? May just be in my flats. They replace the kitchens, bathrooms every so many years. No, I think that's quite standard for properties. I didn't know about the kitchen and other parts of the house floor thing though. Ulrika's got a hideous red carpet downstairs. Once we finish redecorating, we'll be changing to a wooden floor. Yeah, well in the corridor that runs the full length of the house, that's an attractive shade of terracotta, which apparently is coming back into fashion, but I hated it the first time round. And we kind of toyed with the idea of putting a wooden floor down there, but it would be very noisy because all our floors are concrete, so when people are walking about the house you can't hear them, which is great, especially now. Like Jock's really heavy on his feet, he's like dunk 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 dunk. So to not be able to hear him banging along a wooden corridor, that's better. So I think we're probably going to end up going for carpet again. And rugs is just a recipe for disaster with the dogs on a hard floor. That's how you get broken bones and squashed faces and things. But yeah, we did think about that. I'm going to put a hard floor in here though. When the time comes. That's not going to be for about 3 years though, but when this carpet is threadbare, I'm going to put a wooden floor in here, and also the little room that's going to become the Lego wing once the extension's built, our smallest bedroom that's like a box room, I'm going to put a wooden floor in there as well. So we'll have a mixture of tiles, hard floors and carpets, just maybe not in the places that you might expect. Owner wants to sell, we aren't allowed to do anything. Oh, that's sad. Mary can decorate in whatever colours. Yes, in theory I could have redone the line on the kitchen and bathroom, but they're relatively new. Just hate the colour combos. All terracotta dark red, yes. Surfaces are fake marble reddish terrazzo design and the walls are blue. Man, I thought I had kitchen problems. That was the thing that really, like, it really sort of jarred me, was when the girl brought the samples in. The girl, I mean, this woman was probably in her mid-20s, I'm like the girl, but see the shock of the sample that she brought, it made me realise how dark the countertops, the floor and the units are in that kitchen. And I just can't understand the people that were in before us got to choose that kitchen. And because we're in a tied house, it's not the same as having a tenancy. It's way more murky than that. But the landowner here is absolutely wonderful, and he's like, well, you've got to live in it, you pick it. But I don't understand how the last family picking such a dark combination in a room that doesn't get a lot of light, like that doesn't make any sense to me. But, you know, to each their own, and obviously styles change as well, but that kitchen's about 25 years old, but everything's just so dark. So I think it's not just getting a new kitchen, I think it's going to transform the room and make it look and feel much, much more open, much bigger. You can tell I'm really excited about this because I detest every part of that kitchen with every fibre of my being, and I'm so ready to get rid of it. But it was a substantial difference, so it's going to be well worth the effort. I think that is just perfect the way it is. What do we think, guys? I think that was just the right thing to do. I still want to put something in this corner though. This is hideous. It sounds like it'll be lovely when it's done. It bloody well better be after all this, Mary. And that's 100% from experience. Well, it was the same in the last house as well, but the kitchen in the last house had been in for probably about 40 years. I mean, I would say you could probably condemn it on a health and hygiene basis. So, I mean, it had to come out. And I really liked the kitchen because I picked the layout and everything. I just hated the floor because I didn't get a choice on that. So I'm hoping things will be substantially better. Right, okay, well, if everybody is in agreement... Oh, I've got a bit of a wonky bit. I don't think I want to cut into this bit. I think I just want to leave it because it's given us a nice bit of contrast there. Okay, I brought this, my wee Glasgow tobacco tin. It's really stiff. Oh, because there's lots of fun things in here. I was looking to see if we had anything. I don't think we want steampunky coggy things. I don't have anything brass though, which is got this kind of like the keys are a bit. No, I don't think I've got anything in there that I want to be adding. Oh, dropping bits of ribbon everywhere. Killed tartan ribbon. I got a really nice hamper for Christmas from the landowner. They just gave it to us to say thank you for being awesome people, obviously, but just, you know, for like looking after the farm and, you know, the animals and stuff. And the minute I saw it, I was like totally having that bit of ribbon. So I don't care what's in the hamper, I just want the bit of ribbon. All right, okay. What about brassy, like the, because we've got kind of like orangey colours here, but again, I don't have anything in there, but, bear with me. When we moved in the house in red walls and then a different colour of red carpet. It sounds like collectively we've got like a full set of interior disasters between all of us. It's ridiculous. It's really funny though, it tickles me. Makes me feel better. Thea's kitchen is smaller now in general, at least the space you can walk around in, but it feels huge because it's so well thought through. Well, that's it, half of it's in the design of it, really. The outside might be affected by an HOA, and I've never understood HOAs. I think it's such a bizarre concept. Well, it's the same here, Polly. If you buy a house, you can do whatever you want with it, but a lot of people rent or lease a place, and I'm in quite a unique position just because of my husband's job. You are required to be on the farm because you need to be there 24/7 for animals, so you're expected to move onto the farm. But I say it doesn't work the same way as a tenancy or a lease. There's no contract at all. It's just the only thing it says in Mr. Jem's contract is that a property will be provided on the farm for the duration of your, you know, the tenure of your position, kind of thing. Everything else is kind of just agreed in the best way that you can. Other places have been different. We wouldn't buy a house here though. We are now officially in the most expensive area to live in Scotland. We have overtaken Edinburgh, so we would not be buying a house here anyway because it's literally just, you know, throwing. Because we wouldn't retire here. We would go back to where we were before because we liked it. But we wouldn't buy a house. We couldn't afford to buy a house here. So yeah, but if you buy your own place, Polly, you can do whatever you want inside and outside within reason. We don't have HOAs here. So many odd things in Ulrika's house. A cupboard in the kitchen that you would expect to find a built-in fridge freezer. Nope, it's got part of the heating system in a tiny fridge. Ulrika, do we live in the same house? Hi Black Rose, how you doing? Very fitting because we have black roses today. Yeah, so Ulrika understands a tied house. Yeah, quite often forestry workers, gamekeepers is another one. It's quite often, you know, it's quite common to have a tied house. The quality and options available to you vary wildly depending on who the landowner is, so that's what we've found. I mean, we've had some lovely houses, we've had some really not lovely houses. This house isn't not lovely, it's just... it's not had a lot of love in the last quarter of a century, and we need to make it feel loved and lived in again, and I'm really struggling with it, but I think we're getting there, and I think once the extension's built and the kitchen's done, I think that's going to change things substantially for me. Because I mean, I still walk into this house and it feels like someone else's house. It doesn't feel like my house. And we've been here 18 months now, and that's longer than we've been in some of the other houses we've been in. So Right, the other thing that I've got here is I brought this little mango wood box, which I really like. I got it really cheap at like one of these outdoor markets. I've got some little spangly dangly things because like this colour kind of ties in with the backgrounds. I never found, remember when we put these on one of the, was it the owl page? One of them pinged off somewhere. I never found it, like to this day, still don't know what it is. It's probably stuck to something random. Mary's aunt and uncle live in a tied house because he was the electrician for the Duke of Northumberland, but their house is gorgeous and terrace just down the road from WIP Castle. Oh, nice! Yeah, see, sometimes it's just your luck. It depends on where you're going. Also depends on the position that you take as well. For example, like a gamekeeper's quite a low level position, like that's like not an entry level job, but sort of low skill level, low pay level. So you might get a better house. Like Mr. Jem's in charge of everything. He is the custodian of the estate. But this was the only property because he took over from someone that retired. So, you know, it was one out and one in kind of thing. But yeah, that can affect things greatly, but it depends how much value the landowner puts into providing accommodation. It's important here because in order to buy a house here, you would have to be on a substantial amount of money, which obviously employers aren't wanting to pay out for semi-skilled jobs. So it's in their interests to work with their employee and get a house to a standard, which is basically what's happening here. You only just noticed that, yeah, they're kind of hiding in behind this big rose here. Heartbroken again because my relationship is now really over. Oh, I'm sorry. I've tried to change it, he just didn't love me enough to do the same. Well, in the long run, that's probably better because if it's one-sided, then there's going to be a lot of hurt and it's only going to be one person that's going to get hurt, and you don't want that. So it might feel bad just now, but that, you know, in the long run, that might actually work out better for you. I'm really sorry to hear that though, Black Rose. Well, you just stay here and be cheered up by us talking rubbish because that's what we're doing. Thea's been in her house over 20 years and still don't get the feeling of home. It bloody better not happen to me because that's us, like, we're done moving now, we're not going anywhere. Our years of gallivanting about are done, we're getting too old for it now. I love how everything I've just said, I didn't read the comments, and everybody in the comments is basically just saying what I said to Black Rose. Oh, we're all here for you. Yay! Well, we're glad you're here too. You'll get all the words of wisdom from the rest of us. Right, so what do we think? Do you think we should use some of these? Because I was thinking we could maybe dotty, perhaps. I keep going back to this roll of, say, some of these ones as well, because we've got these different colours. I feel like I get more contrast with those ones though. It might be time to stick this down actually. Let's do it. We are family. To get my proper tweezers out. Jan got a speeding fine, don't believe you. Do you speeding, Jan? I don't think so. Goodness me. Sticky dots. Lots of sticky dots. Yep, time to let go, move on. Plenty of other stuff going on out there in the world. It's normal to feel, you know, obviously it's normal to feel hurt and sad and whatnot, and, you know, maybe be a wee bit down in the dumps. If you didn't, you wouldn't have cared, if that makes sense, and obviously you did care. So that's understandable. But time is a great healer with these things. Been there, done it, bought the t-shirt, wrote the book. It just wasn't the right one for you. Not only did you get a speeding ticket, you got a speeding ticket going through roadworks. Come on, Jan. I'm glad you feel appreciated. You're most welcome. Polly moved in about 5 years ago after living in an RV for 10 years, ready to move again. Do you really want to move again at 73, Polly? Like, I'm ready to not move again until Mr. Jem retires. And I've told him that if we end up moving again, you know, if he decides that he doesn't want to stay here, then that number one, he's moving on his own because I'm staying because I'm not moving again. And secondly, he can find himself a new wife to trot about the country with because I'm done. But I think this is what the job here and the setup here, I think this is much more what Mr. Jem had in mind for himself and for, well, for both of us, I suppose. And he's much happier now. He was very, very unhappy at the last place, like very, very unhappy. To the point where it was affecting him mentally, and Mr. Jem is one of the mentally strongest people I know ever. And when things affect him, you know it's bad. So, I mean, we really did, we had to move. It wasn't a choice, but we didn't want to just leave there and jump into the first thing that came along. You know, Mr. Jem was like, we're doing this, we're going to the right place, with the right job and having things the way we want it, etc, etc. So that's kind of what we did. He bid his time pretty well at the last place. We would have left sooner if we'd been able to. But that's it, we're done. We're not going anywhere now. He's much happier, Thea, much happier. I'm really pleased with this on the blue background. Like, I'm so easily pleased. I've got to take all the sticky things off now. This can be a bit tedious. The one I deserved was long ago when I was clocked doing 96.8 on the motorway. Policeman congratulated on my safe driving, but maybe slow down a bit. Yeah, I wasn't so lucky. I was in a similar position. It was when I worked in a call centre. I was a manager in a call centre that sold insurance, and the weekend work was like voluntary overtime, and there was three of us, there was three managers, and we used to take it in rotation to run the Saturday shift. And the one and only time in my life I've been catastrophically late, I slept in, which, I mean, that's not me, I never sleep in, but I was the key holder, and there was going to be approximately 200 people standing outside a building not making any money because they couldn't get in, and I had the keys. So, and I had to drive from my hometown where my parents live on the west coast of Scotland to Glasgow, which on a clear road, in dry conditions, you could probably do in 45 minutes if you pushed it. And I was absolutely tanking it. The roads were dead. It was really early on a Saturday morning, and there was police sitting on a bridge overhead. There's a part where you go down into Glasgow when you're coming up from the south, but it's actually, you're going past Paisley, and the speed limit used to go from a 70 straight down into a 50. They've changed it now. And when I saw the police, I was doing about 95. I was going downhill, and obviously slammed the anchors on. So when they actually, because they had a radar gun, so when they got me, I was doing significantly less. But I had to go to court for that. They didn't even ask, because they had another cop car down on the slip road, like, obviously they were up the top. And they pulled out in front of me, and I was like, oh damn, I thought I'd gotten away with it. And they didn't even say, do you know why we've stopped you? I was like, yeah. And they're like, you're in a Vauxhall Corsa. I didn't know they could go that fast. I was like, yeah, they can. What they didn't know was mine was one of the ones with the bigger engines in it. But yeah, so I mean, they were like, they were trying to sort of give me into trouble, but they were having a laugh about it at the same time. And they're like, you do realise like you're not getting a ticket, like you're going to court for this. And I was like, yeah. I said, I don't really care. I said, can you just hurry up? Because I've got 200 people standing outside a call centre waiting to get in. I did not, well, I did get off lightly, but because I needed to drive for work and obviously squeaky clean, like I've never been caught by the police for doing anything nefarious. Um, and the judge kind of got around it. He gave me the maximum number of points you can get before you lose your licence, but he gave me a really hefty fine. And he's like, if you get caught speeding again, obviously you're going to lose your licence. Uh, so that was an ordeal. That was a long time ago now though. But I did feel that I was entirely justified in my speediness. If the roads hadn't been dry and quiet, I would never have been doing those speeds. I'm not an idiot. But I was chancing my luck, you know. That kind of speed's never a safe speed to drive at. You know, if something happens, no one's going to come out of it well, kind of thing. But what can you do? Did I miss the cows from the last farm? Yes, I do. I miss Francine. I was talking about Francine the other day. I miss Francine and all the girls, Barbara. But we have new girls here now. I was having a chuckle with Mr. Jem, and we've got a newish bull. He's red, and he's in the paddock outside the cave here, so just over the garden fence. And he's a pedigree, and the pedigree names usually have 2, 3 or 4 parts to them. And this bull that's here, one of his pedigree names is Sinatra, so he gets called Frank. And that's his name, so you can shout him now and be like, Frank, and he just kind of like plods over to see you. But he's quite biddable. He's not completely domesticated yet, but he's well on his way, and he's agreeable enough. If you have to go in beside him to feed him or whatever, he's pretty chill with it. So yeah, it's good. I was on my way to get a free meal, the most expensive free meal ever. That just makes that so much better, Jan. Oh, Nissan Sunny. What colour was it? Tell me what colour it was. Polly's got a lead right foot. Well, I have to say, I don't. I'm not much of a speed demon anymore on account of number one, driving a pickup. And you can basically just see the fuel falling out the back of the exhaust with those anyway. But secondly, our roads are very narrow, and there's lots of blind bends and stuff. And although the national speed limit on these roads is 60, you're not doing 60. If you've got half a brain, you're not even doing 40 most of the time. So yes, I toddle about a much more leisurely pace these days. But see, if I get onto the A1, which is like the trunk road that's near me that takes you into Edinburgh, that's a bit of a different story, but we don't talk about that. And Mr. Jem doesn't let me drive when we go together because I use too much fuel. But he drives the truck like he's driving a tractor all the time, and I'm constantly like, you can speed up. Stop looking at people's farms on the way past. Look at the road and speed up. Crashed out at 4:30am. Wow, Polly. Yeah, you're a bit of a night owl, or a really early morning owl. Yeah, honestly, Thea, that's what he says. Like, him and I can do the same journey, and Mr. Jem can use half the fuel that I do. And he does, but it takes him like 4 times as long, whereas I'm like, time is of the essence, time is precious, and I never have enough of it, so I would rather get there quickly and pay more in fuel than dodder about like Mr. Jem does. But that we just agree to disagree on that one, it's fine. But Mr. Jem is also very good at falling asleep as a passenger, so when we do long journeys, I always say, I'll drive, and he crashes out within 5 minutes of getting in, and then I put my foot down. And he wakes up and he's like, oh, are we here already? I'm like, yeah, the roads were really good. That's just the way of it. The sacrifices we make. Right, I think I'm going to add some of these wee dotty dots, and I don't think I want to do much more. I do think I'll have to tidy up my edges and see how it looks and then make a decision, but I think some dots here, and then some here. Or we could, I could alternate black and, yeah, let's do that, that's more fun. Come on. These can be a wee bit temperamental, as we well know from our last adventure.
That's not very straight. Oh no, it's quite straight. I thought it was because that was at that angle. I was like, oh, that's really squint, but it's actually not. I don't want these pinging all over the place. Oh, that one's a wee bit too far down. I put that too close to that. Yeah, that's giving it a nice pop. So I'm going to kind of like snake them round. I'm going to use the smaller ones this time though. Whoa. Here we go. Oh, oh, there we go. Right, quick gem. Good start. I like how little bits of that stencil are just like peeking out from behind everything. I'm really glad I did that. I like that stencil. I'm not really one for stencils because I find their uses are quite limited because obviously it's the same pattern all the time. But I really like that one, and I feel as if I'm going to get a lot of use out of it because I don't know if any of you are into like the scrapbooking scene as it is just now, but a lot of the stuff and the supplies, it's like very sort of like vintage or like steampunky type themes. Like I call it like oldie worldy, and there's an awful lot of that about. So that kind of stencil fits in really well with that. But I'm not into like I don't get me wrong. Like see like a vintage book spread because I'd like to do one. Like I've got one in my mind, like an apothecary type page. I'd like to do that. But you've got to have variation. That's why my next page is going to be the monster page, and we're going to have googly eyes. That's 100% happening. I'm going to leave it a wee while though until I have cleared my feet of all the WIPs and the videos, because I really need to get the next Cave Discoveries video filmed. Everything's ready to rock, but I haven't actually started filming it yet, so we need to get going with that. Oh, okay, come on now. Okay. I think I want a big one in there though. I was going to put two in, but then it'll look too much like a smiley face. Right, what do we think? How do we feel about it? Well, Mirrie's already said she likes it, that's good. I still feel like there's something missing, I'm just not sure what it is though. Lively little buggers. Right, let's get this. Oh god, I nearly threw the scissors. I actually really poked myself in the face. Thankfully these don't have much of an edge on them. Yeah, I did like a writing desk page. I don't know if I showed anyone that. You know, so this is the kind of, you know, like there's lots of vintage-y things. I've actually got proper stamp and it is Queen Elizabeth, it's not kingy. So I thought that was nice to sort of immortalise that there. But yeah, I'd like to do a similar sort of vintage theme, but like I says, like an apothecary type thing. So that's on my list. I do actually have a list of scrapbook page ideas that I just keep adding to. Just get this tidied up. Turn it round. Top left corner maybe needs something a bit brighter. Yeah, we'll have a wee look in a minute, Mirrie. I think you're right though. I feel, yeah, that definitely needs something up in that corner, don't we? I'm not really sure what, but we need something up there. This sticker is not sticking because of the surface it's not sticking to. It's not sticky enough. Did I even try this? This might be a disaster. Make it stick. Right, where the heck is the edge of the paper? There. give or take. Okay, looking a bit more respect. Yeah, that definitely something up here. Maybe. I'm trying to think what else I've got that's not like a glossy type. I can give you a list of stuff if you want, Thea. I've got loads of it. I've got more ideas than I'll ever be able to execute. I'm thinking something, if we could get something in that shade of blue as well. Right, hang on. I'm going to have another dig about. I shall return. I'm going all the way back over there. Let me see. Right, what have I got in here that's not... Oh, I forgot about these. I forgot about these. This is what I bought these for. Oh, yeah. I see, Tiny Jim. Oh, that's funny. I forgot I bought these. But I bought them specifically for this page. All right, we're gonna have fun now. How am I gonna stick them on though? Sticky dots, like flat sticky dots. Have I got flat sticky dots? I think I do. Continue going. Bye. I'm so far away. I don't have flat sticky dots, but I've got flat tape. Oh, what's this doing? This is my antivirus going nuts after what's happened. It's come up with a whole load of stuff. It's just like popped up on the screen. Right, I'll deal with you later. We don't need you just now. Right, where do we go? We make it. Do I have a 2p coin? No. See, Tiny Gem. Watch on playback, Gem, and you'll see what Miri means. Okay, I will make a point of that. I'm going to put one right there. We've got quite a lot of surface area on the back of these to stick. But look, they're just the perfect colour. Like, you couldn't have asked for more perfect than that. Like, oh, this was just meant to be. Plonky, plonky, plonk. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I love it when that happens. Oh, look. So going to the scrapbooking shop was a great idea. Now, my question to you all is 2 enough, or do I need another one? And if I do need another one, where am I putting it? I never cut that top edge either. Cut them. Right, let me just do that. I've still at the top of that sticker, still legs poking out. Oh, come now. God, I'm making some mess here. Did I ever find the Bambino crayons and pencils? I haven't had time, Polly. I really just haven't. That's not been top of the priority list. I will have a dig about for them when I've got a bit more breathing space. I do work, as well as the cave, I do work a proper job, so, and I live on a farm, so, you know, time's tight for things like that. But it's written down, it's on a list. But again, that happens a lot here. People who aren't into art and stuff would never understand. Just love it when a plan comes together like that. I'm really glad I've got this tape. This was that roll of tape was one of those ones where it was on sale. It wasn't something I was looking for, and it was really, really cheap. And I thought, well, I'll just get it anyway. And now I'm glad I did. I love that my little bridge is still peeking out in behind all this. That makes me really happy as well. Come on now. Yeah. Oh, I thought I'd one stuck to my elbow there. I think I picked that one out. There. I'm really, like, I'm disproportionately pleased with that. Like, oh, enthusiastic. That's just perfect as far as I'm concerned. So we've got that little bit of lift here. It's not immediately obvious when you see it flat like that, obviously, but I can, you know, I can get a bit of nail underneath there, and if you see it at a slight angle, you do see that it's raised up. And that sticker was a freebie. I got that for nothing when I bought something else, and there we go, I've made a centrepiece out of it with the lovely assistance of my cavers, obviously. Couldn't have done it without you guys. So yeah, I totally forgot all about these. I completely forgot about them. I say I bought them specifically, that's the worst of it. But see, Miri knew, like, her spidey senses were tingling, and I say, like, I feel like there's something missing. That's what was missing. There was the little cute flowers that were missing. Okay, I'm gonna tidy all this up. A lot of stuff to tidy up today, goodness me. Whew. Oh, I put these little flowers back. These embellishments will go. I've actually got like a separate little container that's got flowers in, like paper flowers and things, so these are going to come out this packaging. This is the only thing I don't like about buying new things for scrapbooking, is see the amount of plastic. See these cellophane covers that you get recyclable ones. That's the ones I use in the shop, so when I send out your sticker packs, the cellophane can be recycled, and it's the only thing that kind of annoys me about this, because it is a lot of plastic to waste. I am, however, see this as well, I keep these inserts all the time, because that's going to be amazing for a scrapbook page also. I just cut off the writing, because that's such a pretty colour. And I'm just going to take that out the corner. I'll keep that bottom part because we might use that design at some point. Hey Patty! I do keep papers like that also. I cut there was a recipe for, excuse me, it was like different types of omelettes, and the background was just loads of eggs, and I tore the whole page out, and Mr. Jem was like, "Are you keeping that recipe?" He's like, "I'm pretty sure you don't need recipes for omelettes," and I was like, "No, I want the background." And he was like, "Okay, like you wouldn't understand, never mind, it's not important, don't worry yourself about it." Yeah, right, that's all waste. I got one of these little albums to put loose stickers in, so the black rose stickers, they just came in like a little folded card thing, so I have nowhere to keep stuff like this that are, you know, especially when there's so many of them, so this is going to be my first entry into this little book, because there's bajillions of them. Bajillions. So how is Patty today? Are you well? Are you snowed in, Patty? Is it not too bad now? Right, I've got too much going on here. Hang on. This goes back in the pretty tree box. I'll pop that behind you now. This goes back in the tobacco tin. Oh, this is like a jack in the box. So just squeeze everything in. Oh. I don't know where that came. Oops. I don't know where that came from either. It's like gold. I think it's washi tape. Bud Silk Stationery stickers. Oh. Note, avoid direct sunlight. Well, okay. Fine. I'm just trying to kind of like give myself some space here. And keep everything fairly organised so that I can put things back in their rightful places.
So these go back on the bookshelf, the Peter Popper books. I love these. Like that is the best £10 you can spend. See if you like stickers and you want high quality stickers in different art styles on one subject. A tenner, you can't go wrong with them, honestly. The bibliophilia one's my absolute favourite because I am a bibliophile. But the stickers are really, really high quality. They're lovely. I absolutely love these books. I really, really do. So they go on the bookshelf. I just like them to flick through as well. Oh, I'll put this back up. Where did the rest of my rose stickers go? They were all together. That needs to go in the bin. Paper. Oh, here they're here. I found them. More paper, that goes back on the shelf. Had to go to the bank before the storm, and not yet. Apparently 20 centimetres is coming. Woo! Avoid direct sunlight, perfect for Scotland then. Exactly, Jan. We are absolutely like so fed up with the weather just now. We've reverted back to like true to form. Like the weather is exactly the way it's supposed to be for this time of year, and it's so depressing. It's that horrible bitter cold. Like that really, really damp cold, so it feels a lot colder than it actually is, and the wind would cut you in half when you went outside. Like it's awful. Everything's wet, the ground's so squelchy, it won't stop raining, and it's dropping really cold at night. It's just, I absolutely hate February. Like, it's miserable here. And I'm at the point now where I'm like, winter can just piss off. Like, I've had enough. Go away. We've had our fun. We've had our snow. We've had our cosy nights. Just do one. Give us some proper sunlight, please. And stop goddamn raining. And then we can be friends again. I really agree with you, Ulrika, yeah. Yeah, waterproof trousers. Well, I've got my wellies are like the top half are neoprene, so they're like wetsuit material, and they go all the way up to my knees. So yes, there's a lot of that just now. I usually walk in. They're styled on riding boots, but they're called lifestyle boots, and they come up to the knee as well. But they're leather or suede or whatever, and I haven't been in them for about 2 weeks now. It's wellies all the way. My wellies are also purple, by the way, Mary. Thea, is your favourite colour not purple as well? Did I, like, make that up in my head? Oh. Right. I'm trying to... Right, focus, Jem. Come on. My brain was wandering away there thinking about other things. Focus. Focus. We're still here. Okay. I've got loads of stuff to put away. For such a tiny scrapbook page, I've got a lot of stuff to put away. I've got these stray flower stickers that aren't black roses. They'll need to go back wherever they came from. Can't remember where they came from. So I'll need to deal with that as well. I was thinking about it as well. Do you know what I haven't done for ages and ages and ages in a video? I haven't done a cave tour. I think we're overdue one of them as well. So I've clearly, again, see, this is like so many ideas, not enough time to do it. There will be, what time are we at? We're just coming up to 5 o'clock. Good. The sort of plan for the next week or so, building work is starting on Monday. So I am going to be limited for quiet times to film. So I'm probably going to have to start filming stuff at night. I would imagine that most builders here will finish at like 4 o'clock. So even if we're doing our work in progress Wednesdays, because this building work's going to be going on for like 14, 15, 16 weeks, like it's a big job. So I might push the Wednesday streams back an hour and start at 4, and we could go 4 till 6 instead. That would probably be like a fairly reasonable and easy adjustment, because it doesn't push things too far out the way for me either. In terms of the next week or so, I'm not around next Wednesday, so there'll be no live stream next Wednesday. However, I do plan plan on putting out 2 videos next week. One is done and ready to go. The other one is the Cave Discoveries video. So I will try and get one out on Sunday and then the other one out maybe on Wednesday actually in place of the stream. That might be quite a good idea. And that at least covers us off next week. So by the following weekend I'll probably have a better idea of what I'm going to have to endure noise wise, and we can kind of take it from there, I think. But adjustments will have to be made. For my proper job as well, I'm going to have to decamp down to Mr. Jem's office, which is at the old farmstead, and so it's a bit of a walk down that way, because I'm going to need quiet to phone customers, because that's my job. I spend all day on the phone to people. So yeah, but there's going to have to be a bit of an adaptation made to the situation. The builder did say that everything will be done in 12 weeks, and there is not a single part of my body that believes that. So Miri's favourite colour is purple. Thea's favourite colour is purple. Julia Kay's favourite colour is purple. Anybody else? Purple? No? 2 whole things off the list, so a really good afternoon's work. Do you know, Jan, I'm really pleased I got this finished, because I wanted to sit and do this because I was quite excited about the stencil and the flowers that I forgot about. So I'm really glad that I've got this done, but also it's a space thing. This and for those of you that were in the stream on Saturday, know that I went back into Ticket to Dreams. That takes up a lot of space as well, so to get rid of one thing that was taking up a lot of real estate on the desk, like I can tidy all this stuff away now, and it just makes everything feel less chaotic. So I'm super pleased that we've got this done, and I'm even more pleased that it turned out as well as it did, because I think that's really pretty. I think that's probably one of my best scrapbook pages so far, although I do really like my underwater one with my little shells, my starfish. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. We'll make it work. Yeah, it'll be fine. We're adaptable. Blue or green, Ulrika? That's good to know. Oh, so is mine, Polly. Green is my favourite colour. You might have got that from earlier conversation about my entire house being green. But yeah, so we'll just play it by ear. I was kind of thinking about maybe doing another Saturday morning stream, because I had a great time in my pyjamas. It was so good. It was really good fun. Let me look at the calendar, because my brain doesn't register stuff like that most of the time. Mr. Jem is away, not this weekend, but the following weekend. So that would be Saturday the 22nd. I could do an early stream then. That might work. Again, I don't think my builders are going to be working on a Saturday morning. Certainly not at that time anyway. So that might be an idea. I might chuck that out as a poll on the community tab, or the posts tab as it's now called on YouTube. Light blue for you, Susan. That's Mama Jem's favourite colour too. It goes with her eyes. Mum's got very blue eyes. So yeah, that's all the kind of thoughts on what we've got going forward. So I mean, I'll still be busy. There'll still be stuff going out. I'm doing another Book of Pasta short as well. I've got that. It's one of the many things. Do you know what I can show you? Do you know how I was saying about the pointy point sticker earlier? I can show you the finished pencil, because it's sitting in the scanner that doesn't work. I'll grab that and show you that. It's over here. So that's going to be, I'm going to smooth it out a little bit digitally, but I want to kind of keep that pencil texture. And I've found the font that I used for the It's a Pencil sticker. So pointy point will be down these sides, but I'm going to do it in this dark colour, so I'll colour drop from the sides of the pencils there, and the writing will be down there. And I actually think that's not, it might be a wee bit big for a sticker. I might squeeze it down a wee bit, but I think that's going to make an excellent sticker. See, I was hoping to have like the sort of finished first draft to show you, but see, because of all our, I have been doing stuff, like I've not been sitting on my ass. But getting the sticker set a bit further along, it's quite a long drawn, pardon the pun, quite a long drawn out process when you've got 4 different designs. You know, you've got to give each one as much love as the last, and it's important that you do that, because you want a nice balanced, good quality all round sticker pack, not just like 2 really good ones and then 2 rushed ones. So
a little bit of time on each one, but we will get that one sorted and tick it off the list and move on to the next one. So we've got Light Source, Hillbilly Internet and Other Hand to work on as well. So I'm planning on kind of chipping away at that over the next week or so as well. And that's about it. Are you buffering again? We seem to be having a lot of buffering problems. I've got 28 dropped frames in 2 hours, which is 0.8% of the stream. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know whether it's because of the settings and stuff that everything's just a bit messed up. I'm hoping that I can get the remainder of things that are out of kilter. I'm hoping I can get them sorted over the next couple of days as well. They have only been short, so no issue. Maybe it's YouTube. Okay, fair enough. But I'll say, usually if I've dropped frames, it means that something's cut out somewhere. But the last time that you guys were having buffering, there was nothing at this end. So it's a mystery. I'm not entirely sure what's what with that. YouTube's been really weird though this last little while. I've been watching quite a bit of YouTube. Just the work that I've been doing has it's a lot of data work which requires zero brain power from me. So I usually have like an audiobook or something on in the background. Sometimes I stick YouTube on. When I've been watching YouTube, there's been a lot of weird stuff going on. Aside from the fact I never get notifications anymore, like at all. Even though you're subscribed and you've got your bell notification clicked, I never get notifications. I do get notifications for my own videos though. So you tell me how that works, because I don't understand. It's like, you might be interested in watching this, and I'm like, nah, not really. I heard myself the first time round, thanks. It takes forever to load the chat when you refresh the stream. Well, that's not good. I don't think there's anything I can do to fix this at this point. I don't even know if I can fix it. I know, like, honestly, Thea, it's ridiculous. It really is. I'm like, oh, come on, people. Is it just me, though, or do you guys find that you don't get notifications? Or if you do, they're not timely. They're like, like live stream notifications are great when you get them an hour and a half after a stream started. Like, what's the point? Or, you get a notification for a video that was uploaded like 5 or 6 days before. You missed the end of this is the pointy point sticker. This is the progress we've made, Martine, and also that is the finished sketchbook page. Apart from that, I've just been tidying up and rattling and stuff. You never get any for the streams, only when they're uploaded. Well, that's interesting, because to be fair, I think you manually have to go in, like, because once the stream is scheduled, you can go in to the live tab on the channel and you can set a reminder, but I think as a watcher, you physically have to go and do that yourself. I don't think YouTube will remind you about it. We could got a live stream notification for this at 4:30. That is my point in case. Mary's notifications never work either. Thanks, Martine. I'm quite pleased with our pointy point pencil. It's turned out quite nicely. Yeah, so I can't really do much about YouTube, I'm afraid. Polly finds me by accident. I think a lot of people could say that. Like, just stumbled upon you. I did have someone say to me once that they had no idea why they were here, but they were glad that they were. And I was like, thanks, I think. I don't really know what to do with that, but okay. Thanks for coming anyway. I had a guy I haven't seen him for a long time. I don't think he watches anymore. He was an Australian chap, and he said to me, he's like, I've got no interest in art, but I love listening to your Scottish accent. He's like, I don't watch your videos, I just have like the sound on. And while he was doing whatever it was he was doing, and I'm like, oh well, again, yeah, gee, great, thanks. Jan never asks for notifications, so she's never disappointed. You set that bar low, Jan, and everything will be okay.
Oh dear. Mary ticks the notify me button and it never does. Okay, right. So I wondered whether it was just me, but see, the fact that I get notifications from my own videos, I'm like, oh, go away. That's funny. I might as well. I'm just going to hang about and finish this Jack Daniels if all of you want to hang about with me. I'll not start putting this stuff away. I'll leave that till later. You don't need Tiny Gem on your screen. You don't want to look at my bum for the for the next 15 minutes. My wee scrapbook's starting to get a little bit fat now. There's still a long way to the middle though, but you can actually take pages out of this. I don't think I want to though. Like I want to fill it up and make it really fat. But look, this is a handmade book. Mr. Jem bought me this years ago, and it's picked up. See the very back page. I'll just show you the inside of the back cover. It's Mr. Jem in now. Pip's telling me. Look at the back page. It's really it's picked up off the leather. So I would quite like to do something with that, like just as it is, because it's already got that. The jock's away to investigate now as well. It's already got that like vintage feel to it, so I really want to take advantage of that. But that's a long way away. That's a number of pages away. But if we keep going the way that we're going, I don't think it's going to close at all. It's going to end up like here. But that's okay. It was funny though, because when Mr. Jem bought me this, I didn't have a use for it. Like normally when I get something like that, I'm like, ooh, let's do this with it. And I kept kind of like bringing it out every now and then, and I'm like, no, not today. And I've kept it. I've probably had it about 6 years, and then I was like, this is what it's for. This is the one. Better late than never. But it's really cute. I like it. The next time though, once this is full, I'm definitely going to get a slightly bigger one, like maybe closer to A5. I think that would probably be, because I always feel as if I'm having to cram stuff in. I would like a bit more space. I don't want a big, like, gigantic one though. No gigantic. Right, that's a bit more sensible. At least this desk's looking a bit more normal. Normal, if such a thing exists. Thea likes that last page. Yep, it was just waiting to see what was going to happen. It just was waiting to serve its purpose, Thea, that's what it was. I've normally got a little Perspex container that I use just as like a, for rubbish, like for my offcuts and stuff. And I don't have that, so it's just like dumped all over the desk. Like, oh, more stuff to clear up. I don't feel quite as stressed as I did earlier as well. I don't know whether that's you guys or whether it's the Jack Daniels, or maybe it's a bit of both, who knows, or the fact that I've got stuff done. But I'm feeling considerably more in control than I was a couple of hours ago, which is quite nice. I feel like I need to get cleared up. I don't do well with like, see when you've got loads of stuff around you, like everything has to be orderly and tidy, or else I can't concentrate on the thing that I'm actually doing. So I do need to, and I know I'm looking around, I keep looking around, I'm like, oh my god. But at least I can kind of get the place back to some sense of normalcy, and it makes me feel less chaotic about the things that I do have to do, even if the list's still quite long. So this has been extremely helpful today. Oh, here's April, hi! just popping in to say hi, and that y'all should like the vid, yeah. Can we get some likes on the stream? That would be nice. When do you find out about your exam, April, your French exam? Do you have to wait a long time for it, or do they tell you quite quickly? You'd faint if you saw my flat then. Oh no, there's no judgment attached to it. It's just mentally for me, I can't cope with it. Like I have to have things put away. People come into my house all the time and they're like, your house is so tidy, and I'm like, it's not really. It looks tidy. It's not that clean. There's lots of dog hair, but things are just put away because if they're not, I can't cope with it. I'll tell you a story as soon as we're talking about that. I had a running sock go missing. Now, that doesn't sound like much of an issue, but the running socks that I wear are really expensive. They're like 12 quid a pair, and one had gone missing. and it was weeks I couldn't find it, and I had looked absolutely everywhere. Anyway, it turned up in the sleeve of one of Mr. James' jumpers. And I was like, how did you not find that was there? Like, when you go to fold your jumper up and put it away, you would have felt it in the sleeve. And he just shrugged. And anyway, I was just really happy to have my sock back, so that was fine. And I've had another sock go missing that's not a running sock, but it's one of my favourite socks. And I have, again, I've been everywhere, like, cannot find it. Looked in Mr. James' jumpers, wasn't there either. And I said to Mr. Jem the other day, I said, I'm going to have to venture into your sock drawer, because it's quite similar to like socks that he wears, and I might have like put them in his pile rather than my own pile. And I opened his sock drawer, and no wonder he didn't find my running sock in his jumper. Oh, there's stuff in the drawer that doesn't belong in the drawer, and I just, like, I absolutely could not cope with it, and I could not leave that drawer alone. And I don't have to go into that drawer for anything. It's not my drawer, but I could not leave that like that because it stressed me out. And I took every single thing out that drawer, and I paired up all the socks, and I folded things, and I took things out the drawer that didn't belong there. And Mr. Jem came in, and I said to him, I went into your sock drawer, and he's like, oh, did you find your sock? I said, no. I said, but your sock drawer looks like it's supposed to look now. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, how can you live like that? Like, how does that not stress you out? And he just shrugged, and he's like, well, all the socks are in the same place. So he says, you just pick two out that match and you put them on. And I'm like, oh, no. And that just shows how different Mr. Jem and I are. Like, absolutely 100% cannot cope with that. Like, not. And I didn't look in any of his other drawers, and I don't want to see how he folds his jumpers either, because I don't think he folds them at all. And it's staying that way, and it's staying in his side of the wardrobe, and I'm just going to pretend that it's not there. So yeah, that's it. Absolute chalk and cheese, the two of us. But again, like, no judgment, but I just can't, personally, I can't deal with it. So you keep your flat however you want to keep it, Jan. Found out yesterday I failed. I get one more try. Oh, April. I get nervous and all language leaves my head. Oh, are we going to have to start doing French lessons in the live streams? I would be absolutely zero help for that, by the way. Dog hair is a fashion accessory. We call it a condiment in this house, Polly, because you don't get anything to eat or drink without having dog hair with it, so it must be a condiment. Thea's therapist explained to her that our brain 100% shuts out our memories in stressful situations. Treat it as not an exam at all. That's good advice, Thea. I like that. Can I borrow you to clear up my flat? I will happily see anyone that wants anything tidying or organising. I'm really happy to do it. I don't like cleaning things though, like that. I'm not a person that enjoys cleaning. It puts me in a really bad mood. But when it comes to clear, like decluttering and having clear spaces and places to put things and organising things, I'm really, really good at it, and I genuinely enjoy it. Like, I really do. Why do people constantly call me when I'm trying to watch Jem? You tell them off, Patty. The audacity. April's sock drawer is the same as Mr. Jem's. Can't. Do you know that I'm not surprised at all that Jan's sock drawer is at my standard. I don't know why, because you're quite organised and quite regimented with some things, Jan, and I can understand like the sock drawer being part of that. And maybe like the arty part of you just controls everything else. Just saying. Polly's the only one that puts everything away. Husband is the one who leaves stuff all around. Yep, I spend 95% of my time picking up after my husband. The audacity. I do, like, I have mellowed out in that, because, you know, we've been together for quite a while, and I've definitely, I don't want to say dropped my standards, because that makes it sound like, you know, I think I'm better than him. That's not, but I've relaxed my preferences. Like I have chilled out a lot. Mr. Jem's been really good for me in that sense because he is the opposite of me. He's so laid back, he's horizontal. So it's mellowed me out a bit over the years because I would obsess over things that really, really didn't matter to the point where it would start arguments over something completely trivial that's not, you know, like just stop it kind of thing. So that's actually been really good for me in a way. But there is a certain, because I'm in the house all the time, because I work from home, there's a certain level of like unclutter that I have to have so that I can function as a human being, because I'm very easily sidetracked and I'm easily put off and I can't move past things until I've dealt with them. So that's where my standard of unclutterness comes from, and say that this room is stressing me out. But I will fix it this evening, and when I come back in here tomorrow morning to do my proper job, this desk will be free to put my proper job work laptop, because that's where I sit, and I will be a little bit more chilled out, a little bit calmer. So yeah. Got to go, need to sort out the stray cats. Well, thanks for coming in, Ulrika, it was lovely to see you. Honestly, I've had a really good afternoon. Again, I'm finding these streams are quite therapeutic. You guys are like my therapy. I'm much, much happier than I was a couple of hours ago. Oh, thank you. I'll see you later. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to mellow out much more. Like I do have a level. And we've often had the conversation about whether it's nature versus nurture, because Papa Jem is the same as me. So I don't know whether I've picked it up from him or whether we're just genetically predisposed. But we do have a sneaking suspicion that Papa Jem's probably neurospicy as well. High probability. So that would kind of make sense as well, because everyone always tells me I'm really like my dad. So, what can you do? Good Lord, how can you cope with so many whips if you're so organised? Well, I think everything's happened quite organically this last month or so, Daria. Like, it's kind of happened by accident. It kind of crept up on me, honestly. But this, and do you know what my saviour is just now? Most of you know that I was singing the praises of my iPad, and I use it a lot more than I thought I would. It's just been absolutely fabby, and I'm so glad I bought it. But one of the things that I use religiously is GoodNotes, and I've got a planner. But this planner, like, you all know that I'm like a chronic list maker. All my lists are in here now. But I picked a really, really nice planner design. It was one I bought off Etsy, and all those whips and all my video ideas, which are even categorized into shorts and long form videos for YouTube, they've all got their own little ticky list. So although I've got things piling up, it's literally like organised chaos, but it's working so well for me, and I don't have 16 notepads spread everywhere, and I've still got a little pile of post-it notes, I tell a lie. But if I show you them, I've got 3 little post-it notepads here. That's what I wrote down earlier when Ulrika was talking about adhesive, and the other 2 don't have anything on them. So it's definitely helped. I might have just found my groove and a place to put all my lists together. Group therapy. That's what this is group therapy. Pink underhands for the mental benefit of Wednesday afternoon. Yeah. I would not be able to deal with Elisa's cat. He likes to take things and hide them. The satisfaction of ticking off an item. Well, again, I'm very goal driven, so being able to cross things off a to-do list, that really, like, that keeps me motivated. That's definitely, I'm a very visual creature with stuff like that as well. I think that's probably why I enjoy playing video games so much as well. You know, I like a lot of quest-based games, and to be able to go and do a task and for the quest to be finished and also get a reward for it, like that really kind of, like, you know, that literally ticks all the boxes for me. Very, very goal-driven person. If you tell me, hey, can you do this, this and this, I'll be like, well, I'm going to give it a really good go even if I can't. and quite stubborn with it and can be quite blinkered. Um, it's a real sort of, well, it's a contradiction because I can be very focused on things, and when I do that, I go into like hyperdrive, and I don't like being interrupted. Like I'm quite blinkered, but I'm really stubborn with it, and I won't stop until I've got something done. But by the same token, I'm also very easily distracted, and it can be something like a noise or a notification on my phone. And when I'm working my proper job, my personal phone is on silent, and it's out of my eye line. It's on vibrate so that if Mr. Jem rings me, I know that he's ringing me, but apart from that, I have to turn it away because if I start on something with that, then what I was working on and getting on really well with, just like forget it. And obviously can't have that with a proper job. So it's weird, like it is weird, but there's a way around these things, and you've got to learn to like cope with stuff like that, and that's the things that I do. But having the lists is really helpful because it stops me panicking as well that I've forgotten something. Because if I don't write something down, it's gone forever. Forget it. Polly has to get going. Okay, well, thank you for joining our therapy session, Polly. It was nice to see you. And I hope your friends really enjoy their Valentine's boxes. That's such a nice thing to do. You're an absolute sweetheart. So I hope you get some joy from giving them out, as well as the people that receive them get some joy too. Jan's got a tick list for every day that includes having to do my walk. So I just do it. That's, well, I write, like, I mean, I walk my dogs every day, obviously. I still write it down and tick it off. Evie shredded a box of Kleenex the other day. Oh, did she? Well, she can join Jock's Shreddies Club because he loves to shred like toilet paper and the packing paper that you get in Amazon boxes all the time now. Brown paper, favourite thing ever. And bits just like fly about, like like flicking them up in the air. Favourite thing to do, but collies are known for that. I'm not so sure. Evie, corgis maybe? Maybe it's not the corgi bit in her though. No, it's a good point. It's as long as you like, as long as they're not ingesting it though, it's a great enrichment for them. And I mean, I let my dogs do it and just accept the fact that I have to clean up after them. April writes things down that she's done, but forgot to add to the list, and then immediately cross them off. I love it. I absolutely love it. And Nero decided to unroll the paper towels in the kitchen the other day. Oh, like... Oh, see, mine are really well behaved. Like, I let them, there's things that I let them do. Like, there's a tiny bone of contention with Pip. When I'm loading the dishwasher, see when I'm loading the dirty dishes in, Pip licks the plates. I don't let her do it when I'm taking the clean dishes out, and she doesn't want to do it when the clean dishes are out because they're clean. But she licks like the forks and always makes sure the jaggy things are like out of reach. But I just let her lick the plates. Like they're getting washed anyway. It gives her something to look forward to. And if Mr. Jem's there, he shouts at her, and I'm like, will you stop shouting at her? Because I don't give her into trouble for it. She's not doing any harm. Like, it's not like she's licking the clean dishes. She knows she's not allowed to lick the clean dishes, and she does like, so what's the problem? So there's things like that, like it was... And see, the shredding paper, it's like, as long as I accept that I have to clean it up, then have at it, because it's a behaviour that they enjoy. As long as it doesn't become an obsessive behaviour, because then you've got a problem. But every now and then, just for a bit of enrichment, especially if, like, just now when the weather's really bad, Jock doesn't really want to go outside, and if he goes out for a walk... Oh, I don't have any dogs in here at all. Oh no, Jock's, he's in the middle of the floor. If we do go out for a WALK, he only enjoys it for like the first half, and then he's like, oh, I just kind of want to go home, and he kind of plods his way back. So in days when he's spending more time in the house, stuff like that's great. But do you have well-behaved fish, Jan? How long are you away for, Patty? April, one of my cats who I've had for 11 years, has never let me touch her. That's weird. That is weird. 2 weeks. Oh, that'll be quite a stretch for her. But she's with your mum, well, because she's used to being with your mum, isn't she? No, that's actually a really good thing, because you don't want her like attaching to you, because that can lead to separation anxiety further down the line. So it's actually probably good that you're going away. don't worry about missing the streams. You can watch the replays. But no, yeah, because you've had Evie for quite a while now, like this is actually probably a really good time for you to spend, a bit of a longer stretch away from her, because what she realises is that when you come back, the fact is that you come back. So it's actually really healthy for her. She will probably, it depends on the dog, but she might be a little bit funny while you're away. Pip gets like that. See, if you go into a second week, she starts to get a bit mopey. She's not pining, but she's not like 100% herself. And because she's kind of starting to doubt whether I'm coming back or not, because it's not often that I would be away for that long, without her. But when you get back, no ill effects, just get trampled on and licked to death, and lots of noises, and then everything kind of settles back in. But they've got to have these experiences, because our last dog, Mist, she was like surgically attached to me, but she had quite a traumatic past before we had her, so there was reasons for it. But she, like, if I went away somewhere, she would just stop eating, like, completely, just like, nah, not doing it, I'm depressed, I'm going to go and sit in a corner because my mum's not here. So it's good to spend time away from them. And I'm sure she'll be okay, Patty. Like, she's got your mum. Your mum's familiar to her, so. And she knows your brother, yeah. Thea missed last Wednesday and it was super weird. But I mean, there isn't going to be one next Wednesday, so. I am actually, I'm going for a haircut, but I'm going for a colour as well, so I'm going to be away most of the day because we're going to be lightening some hair. I think I'm going to go blue. But I'm going to get it cut in the style that I had last time, so I'm going to get a fringe cut back in, but not as short. Last time was too short, so like halfway between last time and the length it is just now, because it's getting quite long. So I'm really looking forward to it, because my hair's kind of annoying me just now, and I'm back to just scraping it up all the time because it's too long and it's straggly and I've got split ends and stuff. So the running and being outside and coming into the heat is not kind to long hair, especially like year-old ends, because the last time I got a haircut was March. So I really need to get that sorted out. April left her dog for a week once, came home, tried to get groceries, and the dog tried to pull me back in the door by my jeans. Oh. Jan's parents had a cat. They bought them, yet I was the person who never went away, so when I did, she sold for weeks. Can we have the hair photo on the Discord? Yes. Yes, you can. I haven't entirely decided yet. What I do know is, because I had a wee chat with the hairdresser when I was in booking the appointment. She doesn't remember me from last year, but she's only done my hair once and it was last year. But when I started talking, she's like, your hair was really, really long. I was like, yeah, that was me. And she's like, oh, I didn't recognise you. And I was like, well, oh. So, yeah, what she was telling me was, though, that the blue colours of dye are the ones that don't require a patch test, because whatever chemical that's in hair dye that causes a reaction isn't in the blue ones. So I can go blue, green, but blue, turquoise, teal, like those kind of colours, and I don't need a patch test. But my hair does lighten very well, like it lifts really well. I don't know if I can pull some blonde round from somewhere. Blonde. Yeah, so this here, that is only one bleach application, and it's really, really white. I've got virtually no red pigment in my hair, because I was fully expecting to go a bit ginger when it was bleached, and I don't, because I've got no red tones in my hair. So I can go from lifting the colour to having it dyed a colour in like one sitting with no problems. So I'm going to be away all day. But we'll see when we get there. I might change my mind. Hideous kitchen photo now in the Discord. Yeah, see, when I'm finished, Mary, remind me, and I'll go and take a picture of the hideous spare room for you. It doesn't help in this house as well. The doors that are on, these are like doors from 1975 with the handles, and like none of the door handles match in the house. We're having all the doors taken out as well. We're getting new doors put in when we get the extension done. And I'm going for a lovely blonde oak. And I think that in itself will make all the difference because we've got a lot of cupboards as well. So that hallway out there, which is like, it's quite long and narrow, it's just basically like doors all the way down, and they're all that colour, and oh, they're hideous. Do we need, I was saying to Thea not that long ago, I think we need to kind of like do a bit of housekeeping on the Discord channels because there's ones we're not using now, like the subscription box one. We're not really using that much, so we could take that out. But maybe we need a new channel for hideous interiors. Oh, Lisa's cat bites her trousers. Don't go green, would not see against the decor. Be like camouflage to my own house. Now, do you know that's one colour I would never put green in my hair. Much as it's my favourite colour, I would not have it in my hair. The other colour I wouldn't have is red. I have had red hair before and it looked lovely, but it was really, really difficult to keep. It fades so quickly. And I'm not really the high maintenance type when it comes to stuff like that. Well, you know, I'm not prepared to put in the effort to keep red hair red. But I really fancy like a dark like teal colour, or because the other thing is I've got my friend's wedding to go to at the end of May, and I'm gonna have to get a dress that doesn't clash with my hair. It doesn't necessarily have to match, but my hair will still be very bright. The salon bright colours last a lot longer than the at home dyes that I was using before, because if you remember I've had quite a few colours of hair, but I was doing it at home because I was doing it during the pandemic. And those hair dyes are not a patch on the ones that the demi-permanent ones that the hairdressers use. So my hair's still going to be quite turquoise or quite blue or whatever colour it is by the time the wedding comes round. So I don't want to do anything too crazy because I don't want it to clash with... Because, I mean, let's face it, I've got problems enough trying to get clothes that fit me, let alone having a choice of colours. And I don't really do dresses as well. That's the other thing. It's going to be a nightmare. Not looking forward to that. I'm going to leave it as late as possible. Anywho's, it'll be fine. Thea's like, alright, we need to clean that out. I don't think any of us still has a sub box. It's not that, it's the fact that no one's even using it for conversations about sub boxes, so I think that's one that needs to go personally. Thea had copper hair for quite... That would look nice on your hair. I think I'd like that on you, Thea. Marilise is purple with pink highlights. Yes, yes. But see, I think I'll wait until after the wedding to do something like that. I'll just stick with one colour, like play it a wee bit safe. Everybody likes purple here, in the chat. We could put you in a nice suit. Do you know, I would be quite happy to wear a suit. I actually would. Do an elegant, a pantsuit. I love that you guys call it a pantsuit. The problem is, pantsuits, trouser suits do not look elegant on me because I'm short and stocky. I give off very butch vibes in a trouser suit, which is why when I go to weddings I do tend to favour a dress, even though I don't like wearing them. But it's only for one day, so it's fine. Mary had red and black big blocks of colour, but on the underneath layers, so you only saw them when I moved. I had half and half at one point, and because I always wore my hair up, so the front half was natural and the underside was, I'm pretty sure it was like a dark, like pinky purple, like a magenta colour. So when I wore my hair down, it just looked like the normal colour. But when it was pinned up, the whole back part, and you guys know I wear my hair up a lot, it was pink. That was great. That was quite a long time ago. I haven't had that for a while. I would do that again, actually. I quite enjoyed that. I had fun. Jan's got to talk somewhere. But see, the other thing that I'm annoyed about, I'm not annoyed about it, Mr. Jem is a groomsman, so he's going to be like super smart in a kilt, because he's obviously going to be in the groom's party. So he's going to be like super dapper, and I'm like, oh God, like, talk about raising the bar. Now I've got to make an effort. Black Rose is off for some food. Yeah, I think we're going to be finishing up now anyway, Black Rose. My glass is nearly empty. And yeah, we're just chatting anyway, aren't we? Thanks for coming and stopping in, and I hope you feel good soon. I know it must be hard just now, but sometimes these things are better happening now rather than later, and you'll be absolutely fine, and we're all here if you need us. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Mary, my hair's gone so dark now though that the black wouldn't show up. Back then it was still a copper brown colour. Yeah. You're welcome, Black Rose. Now you can build your Home Alone Lego. Yeah, Lego is also great therapy apart from Wednesday streams. Just saying. I'm all set for Friday. Right, Mr. Gem's away on Saturday because he's going for the kilt fitting for the aforementioned wedding, so he's going to be away all day on Saturday. And I have all my Lego bags, like the numbered bags, all set up in a line, and I've got everything set out. I am ready to build some Lego at the weekend, and I'm really excited about it because I was getting a wee bit of withdrawal symptoms there because I'd finished off the Animal Crossing Lego, so this Lego up here, I'd finished that weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks ago, but I'm pacing myself so I don't run out of Lego sets. But I'm so ready, so ready to build some more Lego. Black Rose, I would have done it anyway. Right, guys, I'm going to call it there. It's 20 to 6. I have had a ball today. This has been a great stream because I've got stuff done. And we've had a really good chat today as well, and it's cheered me up. I feel a little bit less stressed, which is really nice. So I am going to love you and leave you and finish tidying up the cave and make it presentable, and I will see you all in a video, and if I'm going to do a Saturday live stream, obviously you will know about that as well. So thank you very much all for joining me. All the other hands for everyone, please. It's all good. Off to walk in the rain. You go, Jan. And I'll see you all very soon. Take it easy, everyone. Go forth and be happy, therapied people.